One of these new laws allows Child Protective Services to get involved in cases sooner. The goal is to provide resources such as substance abuse or wraparound services to families before they lose custody of their child.
So we're able to connect with those families early before they end up in crisis.
This new law also expands who can care for a child that's 12 months and younger. Now, a baby who is removed from their parent or guardian's care can be placed in the home of someone who has a close relationship with the baby's biological parent, sibling, or half-sibling. Pam Darnall, director of Family and Children's Place, says the next step is to implement this law, part of which includes child advocacy centers reviewing all reported child abuse and neglect cases to see if any alleged victims qualify for their services.
If the data is showing us that about half of those kids are getting to us, then it's logical that it can increase the number of kids served by another 50%, which is huge.
Darnall says Kentucky's 15 child advocacy centers have already started working on plans on how to implement these reviews, but do want to make the public aware it could take a bit of time before the review processes are completely up and running. Another bipartisan law celebrated, one strengthening penalties for people convicted of abusing children 12 and under.
These kids deserve better than the world has given them, and all of our children deserve a better world than they're growing up in.
The new law, called Camis Law, is named after a Louisville girl who was severely abused at just 9 months old.
While she will continue to carry the scars of her abuse for the rest of her life, her abuser was sentenced to less than 5 years in prison.
Now, anyone found guilty of abusing a child 12 years or younger, or someone who is physically or mentally helpless, could face up to 20 years in prison. Before, 10 years was the maximum penalty. In Louisville, Rachel Droz, WHAS 11 on your side.
Remember, Kentucky is a mandatory report state. That means all adults are required by law to report if they believe a child is being abused or neglected. Reports can be made online at the Child and Family Services website in Kentucky. They recommend using the web portal so that there is a documented paper trail of reports.
And across the river, the rate of reported abuse in Indiana went down since 2019, but the state does have the highest rate of death as a result of abuse in the entire country. For abuse resources in Indiana, Family and Children's Place helps families by preventing, stopping, and healing child abuse and neglect.